Another animation today. Nausicaä of the Valley of the Wind is a science fiction fantasy film from 1984, directed by Hayao Miyazaki. Let's talk movies. The story takes place 1,000 years after the Earth suffers an ecological apocalypse. The remaining pockets of civilization live outside the ever-expanding Sea of Decay, which is a forest full of giant insects and plants that spread toxic spores. Nausicaä, a young princess from the Valley of the Wind, is caught up in a conflict with another kingdom that wants to use an ancient weapon to destroy the Sea of Decay, which could escalate into a war with the insects. Like a lot of Miyazaki's work, this film features themes of pacifism and man's relationship to nature. Unlike the vast majority of movies today that carry an environmentalist message, Miyazaki's work never feels preachy or self-important. It never gets in the way of a good film. The animation is gorgeous. Looking at it, you'd never know that this was made over 30 years ago. Miyazaki's art style really hasn't changed in any significant way, and it's never looked dated or passé. If you or someone you're trying to convince to watch this gets turned off by Japanese animation, I'd say that the art is very accessible, and unlike what most people tend to broad brush anime as being. So I'd recommend giving this film, or any Miyazaki film for that matter, it's a good place to get your feet wet. The music by Joe Hisaishi is an interesting blend of instruments and synthesizers. I found the synth jumped out at me during a suspenseful scene and seemed kind of out of left field, but I got used to it. Some may find this as the one thing that dates the movie, but it's not so synthy that it conjures up Axel F or anything like that. The most memorable piece of music is a recurring melody of a child singing. It goes, la 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 la. It's really pretty, and it sticks in your head. I watched this in both Japanese and English, and I prefer it in Japanese. That said, the English dub is a faithful translation, and features a number of well-known actors providing their voices. Alison Lohman, Patrick Stewart, Shia LaBeouf, Uma Thurman, Edward James Olmos, I think, is one of them. For first-time viewing, I suggest going with English. This movie has an interesting history in the United States. Originally, New World Pictures distributed a very heavily edited and heavily altered version called Warriors of the Wind in 1985, which cut out a lot of the environmental themes and changed the names of the characters. After that whole debacle, Hayao Miyazaki made certain that his future films were never tampered with again. Nausicaä did finally get a proper American release in 2005 through Disney. Even though Warriors of the Wind was a bastardization of Nausicaä, I'd like to see it one day, and I think it should be archived and preserved for historical purposes. I doubt that that will happen in any official capacity. If you have any thoughts regarding this, feel free to leave something in the comments. Hayao Miyazaki is, in my humble opinion, the true successor to Walt Disney. He's done more for the animation medium in the last 20 to 30 years than anyone else. So check out Nausicaä and the rest of Miyazaki's work. It's a nice departure from the constant onslaught of talking animal movies that Hollywood seems to keep cranking out. And thanks for watching.